So, gamers, we're here. Finally. The round 2, 2v2v2v2. Age of Empires 2. 2. Did I say 2 enough times? Aloysian in the northwestern corner, playing as the Vietnamese in blue. And his teammate, Wiggle the Wise, in the southwestern corner, playing in teal as the Koreans. Man, these teams, you know, people do what they got to do when they get into this final game, so it can be, the teams are maybe a little less what you expect. They got to keep track of who's on whose team here. Wolf of the North in the south, next to Wiggle the Wise in gray, playing as the Khmer. Is it choppy for others, says Squeaky G? Uh-oh. He's also saying it only to bees get degrees because the Diplo in this game, the chat is a little bit sus at times. A little hard to get your head around. She the Distance in pink, in purple, pink, playing as the Bulgarians. That's Wolf of the North's teammate. They famously won the first round, game 1, with a wonder that nobody thought to contest. Squeaky G in green on the right, playing as the Bulgarians. Maybe suffering some choppiness. Might have a little more of a rough start. We'll have to find out. And bees get degrees in the top right, the northeast. That's Squeaky G's teammate, once and former nemesis, now teammate, playing as the Goths in orange. He's really, I think Bees really wants to win this, and he's got a good chance. He's improved a lot. We've got Tom Bombadil in the top right, the final team, in yellow, playing as the Persians. and Nut in red, Tom Bombadil's teammate, playing as the Magyars in the top left. Tom Bombadil already going for a watchtower here on the wood line. He's really expecting some aggression, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it from Bees Get Degrees. Blue and teal are the best colors. Go blue team. Okay, hey. That's as good a reason for supporting a team as any. I supported Crystal Palace for no reason other than I like mirror mazes. Sounds kind of cool. All right. Well, let's look at this map. Okay, I was saying it's going to be a round robin situation if there's something blocking the middle. What I wasn't expecting was a partial block like we have here. There's a pathway through. We might get, I mean, also it's not even with teams, right? These two are not together. Aloysian and Nut. So no one else is lagging. Oh, we got some pings. Might have a little bit of a lag situation from Squeaky G. Pink and green are also not teams. So this is a full 4-team like crossover point. Depending on who controls it here. Gonna be very interesting to spot. Also, they don't have shared team vision checked. I did not flag that in the lobby when I was checking things. So they'll have to get up to feudal age before they can see their allies' point of view. I believe in the definitive edition as it currently stands, it is granted for free without you having to click anything at that point. It used to be you have to click cartography in the market in order to be able to see your allies' point of view, but I'm pretty sure that they just took that away for ease of use for new players. What do we have going on so far? After a lot of dead air right there. Tom Bombadil, Bees Get Degrees, a little bit of a scout fight on the east side. And it's been too long since I've commentated anything. It's been like 2 weeks. But you actually do have some watchtowers going up for these players. What? Oh, actually, you know what? This is mega random. Okay. So I think what happened here, I was like calling out Tom for building a watchtower so early. That's actually a great watchtower to get. Mega Random gave these players, as I'm seeing they all have them, a free watchtower at the beginning of the game. So, you know, just gave them a nice little treat to start off with. Also, if we check these gamers here, it does look like no berries. No berries. Really throw you for a loop there. I guess it decides The fish are a significant enough replacement for berries. They just took them away. They did still get boars. I think, yes, they still got 2 boars each. Wolf of the North gathering one, and then there's another one up here. And also wisely going for the fishing. Which, okay, they team on the west has now actually just now found the water. Let's see. Okay, I gotta click the TC. Okay, we've got some water scouters elsewhere. We got a little bit of a housed situation here, but no big deal. I'm sure they can work around that. Currently, going. Can I get like text on here? Isn't there like a power text screen? I don't know. I should. Oh, you can see the teams with the dots in the top left. Capture age, you are a delight. There's our first feudal age nut. Also going with the barracks right off the bat. I feel like in a game like this, my stance would be, if you're not getting attacked immediately, which none of these players is, fast castle. Just fast castle and gather as many resources as you can. I also don't know if they turned on Wonder Victory for this game. There was a lot of time where they were sitting in the lobby. There could have been some discussions going on in there that we are not privy to. So we have more players hitting feudal age. I certainly hope it's on. Yeah, I do as well. I think Squeaky G, being the lobby owner, unless they took a vote and it was definitive, would also decide that he wanted Wonder Victory on. If I know Squeaky G. As we have our players beginning to grapple with the lack of berries. It's getting messy out here. It's getting messy out here for basically everybody. Okay, we have a lot of players going heavy onto the wood. More on deer than we see in most normal games too. I love this mill for Aloysian. Exactly what you expect out of our grand champion. Aloysian did have a bye in the first round of 2v2v2v2s, by the way, if you recall, because we had 17 players who wanted to participate in this segment of the event. So, the more you know. And Wolf of the North, wisely, in my opinion, going for basically all-in shorefish. I love that. Until it runs out. But he can also, since this dock counts as a food drop-off point, just lure the boar over to the dock. Easy peasy. Would love to see that from our guy. Where's that ping? Where is it? We don't see it. That's sound from in the game. Oh! I got it. There we go. Sound volume off, voice volume off. Confirm. I'm turning off the in-game Age of Empires 2 sound because Capture Age does sound. It does like wood chopping and fighting and voices. But it does not do music, so I was like playing Age 2, and I needed to turn the sound on in the in-game for that. But I want the music still, so I'm not just going to mute Age 2 completely. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But we're all set now. Also, Capture Age like freezes the main Age 2 window. So, green probably pinging. Somebody's pinging here. That's as much as I know. You might have spotted it there, David. We got double Palisades. Wiggle the Wise wants to boom up, wants to go. Wiggle the Wise, famously a fast castle player, loves going into knights. Like the Koreans on this occasion, surprised about that. I believe if any of these players wanted to win, they definitely didn't go random civ. Wolf of the North might have gone random civ because he's that kind of guy. And he might still want to win, too, on top of it. So, yeah, I mean, you never know there. But it doesn't matter what civ you get. You can still build a wonder, as any civ. So, this map is wild. Yes. I mean, it looks fairly basic. You know, you give it a glance, like, over here. You're like, oh, it kind of looks like Arabia or whatever. You come over to the middle, and even this is kind of a simple concept. The lake in the middle. But this crossing, I'm calling it right now, will be the key to the game. Okay? That way through the middle. We got some fighting. Where are those fighting sounds? Scouts. Nut with the scout rush. Aloysian with some man-at-arms and some archers actually losing the fight. I think it was all about the numbers here. Maybe that was a bad trade for Nut, but he won the fight anyway. And he's going to clean up these archers Very effective. I would say don't fight the man-at-arms here, just run around them, but you can still take them out. As the spears come in for Aloysian now. Whew! Whew! And that's our first heat of the game. Some more walls fortifying between players. Tom Bombadil, our Dark Horse of the year, really came through much higher skill level than he was placed at. We have Squeaky G just taking his deer like randomly in the middle of nowhere too. I love it. And Tom Bombadil, somewhat of a castle rusher into knights himself, going with that cav already, but Squeaky might spot it. Or who is this? This is Bees taking this deer. Oh my. Okay, I'm just confused because of whose favorite color is who. In most occasions. Gee, the distance with the stone walls to the east, protecting against Squeaky G. Ravenwolf not going for any fortifications on his. Okay, I tell a lie. He's got some palisades going up. It's hard to tell whose is whose because of the gray color. I think I can click this. Oh no. Oh, what have I done? Oh no. There's like a way for me to click it and change the color to be like a white or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. More attack pings. We have Squeaky. How did he get? Did he walk over there from the middle just to lose them all to the town center? How did this happen? Amazing to attack the player on the opposite side of the map. I gotta keep an eye on this. B's also going for Aloysian. They've decided they want to take out Aloysian before they want to clear this virus up before the spam starts. And they're targeting the strongest player in the game. The undeniable strongest player in the game, by the way. And the pings, David, you were correct. We're here, and honestly, Aloysian could get pushed off these farms completely if he's not careful. He does have a force of spears and a couple archers, but oh my gosh, these two teams are about to. Oh no, I feel a little bit nervous for Blue right now. Can Teal provide any support? I think he's in full fast castle mode. Aloysian is castle age right now. He may have aged up too quickly. As, yeah, this crossing here, we have Squeaky G just streaming units across. Second town center for Tom Bombadil, by the way. Want to flag that second TC of the game. Now, Aloysian also working on one in the back. But this is where the action is going to be right now. And Aloysian's army is cleaned up. I mean, these players might start to feel bad if they take this too far, but I think they should just put the foot down if this is really what they want to do. Wiggle the Wise sending 5 man-at-arms up. Are these upgraded? They're non-upgraded man-at-arms. No +1s, no +2s there. And I think that the the green and orange team might not actually have much work to do. They might just end up fighting red and yellow over the corpse of Aloysian's villagers. Aloysian running for the hills. I don't think he's going to get knocked out here, but it could take him a long time to rebuild. We might be seeing the makings of an epic return in about an hour and a half. We'll have to wait and see. As he is trying to palisade up all the forward positions, but these palisades are very far forward. And, alright, Wiggles reinforcements are coming in. They're going to clean up B's army here. I think this team will hold up for now. And let's look down at our team that's not involved in the Omega fight right now. Wolf of the North, She the Distance. They're taking their time. They're building up. They're both, I mean, they're bottom score right now, which is nothing to be ashamed of. You can still absolutely win the game as bottom score, as we've seen. But they're just riding under the radar for the time being. Maybe they'll make friends with Blue and Teal. You never know. As Blue drops the 3rd TC, he's not fazed by this Squeaky G with the massive amount of man-at-arms here. Bulgarian man-at-arms. Who's fishing right now? She the Distance, going for a lot of fish. Tom Bombadil also fishing. We've got Wiggle the Wise and Wolf of the North. So half the players in the game are fishing. It's one on each team. Wait, it's not. No, our Far East team is not fishing at all. But She the Distance going for... Oh, never mind. Bees is just attacking her dock right now. So that's actually not going to last, as Wiggle, you hate to see it, walling out his ally's base right now. That's always a... It's a big warning... Pardon me. Big warning sign in a team game. When you get walled out from your ally. There goes the dock for She the Distance. Her fishing ship's now going to be unable to deposit anywhere. Bees, ruthless. Gotta do what you gotta do. She the Distance is pulling her scout back here, but it's not gonna be able to do too much, as Tom Bombadil is really going for this big boom here too. The only other player with more than one town center, and it's also 3 town centers. Villager counts right now, 60 for Tom Bombadil, 48, wait, 60 for Tom, 55 for Squeaky actually is doing quite well there, 44 for Wiggle the Wise. Where is Aloysian? That's what I really want to see, 32 for Aloysian. He was hit pretty hard by this, and it's... if he comes back from this to win, it's going to be crazy. That's all I can say. Idle TC time, worker efficiency is down across the board for this guy. Man, these players are taking no names, and we do have mangonels now on the town center, and enough scouts to take out all these spears. These mangoes might... One of them might... Oh, no micro for the mangoes. He's looking at the massive amount of economy that he has behind the scenes right now, I think, is Tom Bombadil. But I think the army is here, and Aloysian gonna have to abandon his base. I mean, he had it coming. Winning the whole tournament, I think, put a target on his back, like it or not. We got double palisades for Wiggle the Wise now on the north side, and some interesting palisading going on his southern front as well. It looks like Squeaky going for a little bit of a villager snipe with that scout, and these players are still going all in on our blue and teal teams. David, I'm afraid you might have backed the wrong horse. I'm surprised by this. They're full aggro on these players right now, and it's incredible. I love that it started with... Was there a green ping on blue and teal's base? And then 10 minutes go by, and suddenly we have this. A coordinated 4-player attack. Probably not coordinated, but you know what I mean. Looks like Squeaky is probably going to lose this fight to numbers, but it might end up being cost-effective. Spearmen are not going to do well. These are unupgraded spearmen. Feudal age spearmen here. Actually, wait a minute. Do the man-at-arms win? I think, Squeaky G, I think you could win that fight right now. Just go in there. Okay, he's trying to choke point it? Wow. Okay. I mean, Bulgarian with +2/+2. This is a tech difference right now. We do have crossbows for teal. That's the right move. That's what you want to see. And red and yellow are just the cleanup crew right now. Man, Aloysian is looking a little concerning. Double TC drop for Nut. Apologies there. It's a contractual requirement. If Nut's in the game, I have to do that. Gonna be able to boom up that eco. Squeaky G has got that double TC as well. Our 2 southern players, though, if they get enough res banked and don't fight anybody for an hour and a half, they might be able to win a final fight, like I was saying before the game. And Squeaky is really just giving it... Oh, actually, this is Squeaky and B's coordinated effort still. Oh, man. You know, I don't know if this is too much insider info. But Squeaky G just got put into the game today after the Verge was unable to make it due to a work conflict. And as they find Aloysian's final TC, he was messaging me about it a little bit and trying to figure out what team he should be on. And then finally he said, B's already messaged him. And he said, this guy really wants to win the game. And I wonder if this strategy is what he was talking about. Maybe B's came into this game hot. Trying to take out Aloysian. Oh man, I don't want to speculate about too much outside of the game stuff, but it's a little bit as interesting to think about. Alright, She the Distance redocked, and it looks like her dock is being allowed to stay up this time by our top scoring team now. This could be a problem for them if the other players have score on. They'll see this now. It's just because they were so instrumental in getting the military kills here. They might not be in the strongest position right now, but the military victories on the left side, allowed, by the way, by this little spit of land right here, have put them in the top spot. And that's going to put a little bit of a target on them, on their back, I think, from our ketchup and mustard team. As Tom Bombadil drops a castle close enough to Bees to start shooting at those houses. Squeaky really wants to finish this, though. He's got the Conics out. Playing the Bulgarians. Conics, if you will recall, are the light mounted unit that when they get killed, their horse dies and they just pick themselves back up off the ground, dust themselves off, and now they're a medium mace wielding footman instead. Gonna quickly bash through that wall. Love the conic sound, by the way. That mace is great. And these crossbows, they might have the numbers, but well, they're not gonna be a good unit up against this Korean guard tower, though. Will be formidable. The free guard tower, and Aloysian is just trying to reboom as hard as he can. 30 villagers right now. Squeaky G at 87. Tom Bombadil 107. G the Distance at 27. Okay. And oh, that's weird. Look, it flips the idle villager icon. This little one with the guy with his hand up, like leaning on the wall. It flips it in the middle. It actually reverses everything in the middle. Capture age, come on. I guess that's not too much of a big deal, but it looks like Squeaky probably not going to be able to get as much out of this as he was hoping. Still causing some chaos, but not getting too many kills there. Wiggle now, just the front line for this, is also at 35 vills. Aloysian is basically the same amount of workers as his teammate. And I think now the team to worry about is Tom Bombadil and Nut up here. They might eventually decide. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, okay. They're probably gonna decide to push down through our friend Bees here. And I don't. Well, Bees is teching into pikemen, but I think these players need to refocus themselves. Maybe the Crusades over here. I'm making myself laugh. If Squeaky keeps sending too many Crusades over into this far land, he may lose his home. They also have trade up here, and more on the way. These trade carts are providing a who's got 46 gold each. Yeah, 46. That's not too shabby. And I think they realize, I think this castle drop may be a little too premature from Tom Bombadil. It's gonna give their future enemies a little bit of a heads up on what's happening, and Squeaky and Bees potentially refocusing. Now Bees actually is dropping a castle on the south side. We have a Krepost as well for green. And She the Distance. I think She the Distance won't move until poked. But you never know. Also, by the way, 2 Bulgarians in this game. Squeaky G and She the Distance both playing Bulgarians. That's much better than having, in my opinion, 3 Celts, for example, in one game. Or 3 Goths. I don't remember exactly what the last 2v2v2v2 was. Check it out on YouTube. But actually, they may be deciding to fortify in some other areas, as there are holes now. There are ways through. between yellow and orange. The fight continues on the west side, on the west coast. The mangonels are still out in force, and it looks like these players have gone like fully into crossbows. That's not great against Cav. It's great against man-at-arms, but red and yellow are basically all Cav at this point. As there's a castle drop for orange with one villager. Hopefully, well, I say hopefully it goes up in time to defend, but this seems more like a precaution now to me than an aggressive play. Or maybe it's planning for the long distant future from Tom Bombadil, because he's not making any units out of here, right? Content to go for the boom. I'd love to see a third TC from Squeaky G, but two is in and of itself still very good. And yeah, alright. Hey, you know what? I'm looking up here at this. We got 83 workers for Wolf of the North, 86 for Bees. These two players are in very different positions, from each other. Siege workshops coming up for orange. Hey, you know what would be hilarious? If we got a double Ram Ranch. A double scoop, second helping Ram Ranch from two players at once. I don't think it would work. Quite frankly, I don't know that it would work. Okay. Looks like She the Distance might have reached a little too far with this wall. He doesn't want to be cut off from the all important crossing. He's worried. He's a little bit worried that that might happen. She the Distance might not realize the value that that crossing has, or really what's going on in the wider game. She's definitely seen units trickling across past the dock. So we have stone walls for Wolf of the North, playing it very cool, very calm and collected. This guy is some long swordsmen here, crossbows as well. The 2 TC play for our gray player here. And here come the Khmer Ballista Elephants. Not a bad choice. If you got the money. Yeah, stabbing walls to get through. What is this? 1999? Is that our first? No, okay. I see Bees hitting Imperial Age, and I'm now checking who else is there. Squeaky G and Imperial, Tom Bombadil and Imperial. That's it so far. Wigglewise and Aloysian at the bottom of the scoreboard for the time being. Through no fault of their own, other than just being infamous at the game. As we have probably a bit of a transition point in the game, I would say. These players fortifying up their bases, they think, you know, we've neutralized the greatest single threat known to man. Major Spammer, aka Dubair, aka B-Air, aka Aloysian. There, I think that's all of his known nicknames. I don't know. Now what, right? That's the question. Squeaky is sending a lot of vills forward, and I think this is just old foundations. Squeaky G gonna drop a castle here. Now, these don't have range to fire on each other, and also they can't see each other. So, it may not lead to hostilities between Mustard and Ketchup and Orange and Green, but it's a little bit of a spicy position. I think these guys want to slurp up the resources that were once belonging to Aloysian. We'll have to see. This wall has a hole, and oh, there was a big fight that we missed. Look at all these bodies. Orange and pink really going at it. And gray, yep, moving up defensively a little bit. Watching his flanks. Also has trade. Who has trade here? Is it the 4th TC for Bees? Bees get degrees, man. Hey, one of the winners of the last 2v2v2v2 can clearly handle himself in the game and in these settings, so a player to be frightened of. Trade for orange and green. I think I see a bunch of little dots moving across. Trade for red and yellow as well. This is probably 20 gold only. That's all you get for that. I was gonna say that's pretty good, but I guess it's not far. Not as far as this. Maybe the horizontal distance is misleading. Okay, these players obviously not trading because where can they trade to? Aloysian dropping a pocket TC in the back. He needs more space desperately. He's like a cramped roommate right now. Do we have, and so we have trade for the other 3 teams, 24 gold there. So somehow these guys have managed to get 46 gold per trade. I mean, I can only guess that the vertical distance is more than it appears just because of the slant of the camera. So there you go. If you want good trade, go vertical. You'll never know. And Squeaky G moving in again for trying to get a kill shot on Wiggle the Wise now with full conic army. Here comes Bees Get Degrees a little late, but hopefully not $1 short. And Squeaky's gonna win this fight against all pikemen. Before the... Oh, no, I forgot. Can I follow one of these guys? I forgot who's in the game. It's the Huskarls. We got Huskarls, and in fact, I believe we even have... Okay, two-handed swords. Beast hasn't upgraded a champion yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And when that happens, Orange is going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're actually still committed to fighting this out against our blue and teal team. I gotta respect that. I was saying at the beginning, hey, I think you should go for the kill shot if you can, and here we go. This castle is gonna be taking out some units unnecessarily. The micro is focused in other areas as this keeps pinging over here. We have elephants coming out and moving north. Persians. So this, we got battle elephant. Oh, sorry, war elephants. Elite war elephants for Tom Bombadil. Okay, so the 3 players that are still in Castle Age are, as you might expect, She the Distance, Wiggle the Wise, and Aloysian. And the Rams are now here for Squeaky G. Only 3 Rams. I say only because there's a certain threshold. 4, 5. Okay. Wait, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did he lose any here? Well, let's zoom out. Okay, 6 Rams. They're still rolling in. Only 6. Only 6. Alright, and here comes Red with some more Scout Cav. The frames are sort of dropping a little bit for me here. But what can you do in an 8-player game? As the starting TC for Wiggle the Wise goes down, and it seems like the fight has been reinvigorated against Teal and Blue. They say never kick a man while he's down, but if it's Aloysian, it's mighty tempting. I think it might be the right choice. However, these elite war elephants are not here to fight Teal. You can't convince a jury that those elite war elephants are made to fight the common enemy. Oh, well, okay. Looks like we've got some other war elephant production, and that castle's going down, no doubt about it. That's too many war elephants. The Rams never... Oh, it's 12. It's 12. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Ram Ranch. No Rams from Orange, though. He's playing the Goths. Very lackluster siege, I think. And also, yes, I was saying so much. Okay, there are 15 stacked here. That's quite a lot. That's quite a big force. I think the focus for both of these players, for both of these teams, is still on Teal. And they're going to be able to get it too. Bees Get Degrees, though, is splitting off. He's confident. He's the Goths, and he said, we need more resources. I bet that's what he said. We need to take map control, and we're going to have to become the villains of the game and kill Pink in order to do it. And Pink, unfortunately for her, not walled. In fact, there's even a hole here. Is that a thumbnail? Maybe for a lesser game, but not for this. There's too much else going on in this game that's thumbnail worthy. We do have now champion. Let me click one. Champion for Bees. She the Distance Town Center is under attack from just Goth champions. And I think, you hate to say it, we'll see how long she can last here. If she can run some vills into Wolf of the North space. Wolf of the North has been given plenty of time to boom up. He hasn't built a huge army. He might be able to hold off this attack for now. On the other side, some desperation... Wait, I say desperation galleons. These are Wolf of the North's galleons. That's what he's been doing. He's been building galleons. He's attacking the Rams. No, Wolf of the North, don't do it. Bees... Aloysian actually managed to get a relic, and also they're out. They forfeited. GG to the top team in the game. GG. And that is a power vacuum that will not fill easily. Can I get some GGs in the chat? Incredible. The amount of determination. I don't know if Squeaky G and Bees Get Degrees would have been able to do that all on their own, but the fact that two teams, whether together or independently, decided to you know, go after the same enemy at the same time, that really did it. Now we have you know what? Yeah, okay. As I expected, there is some friction on the border between Bees and Tom. The elephants are falling back for the time being. Nut has a small contingent of knights, and there was definitely some damage done here. Some villagers lost by Bees Get Degrees. He might have to rethink his focus. Just trying to take out the trade of gray and pink right now. I don't think they really want to have enemies there. Squeaky G, the days of the Ram Ranch are over. They were successful with a little bit of help. Is now going to have to contend with just so many elite war elephants from yellow. What is red doing behind this, by the way? He's collecting relics. They're trading. What? This is the Magyars, so strong cavalry. Collecting wood. Where's the focus for Nut right now? That's what I'm curious about. I believe it is in producing Magyar Hussars. There's nothing queued there. David cursed them. Oh no. There's still a TC in the back. I'd love to see some players move out and collect the free resources now that have been vacated by this sadly deceased team. Sadly for some. And Wolf of the North is just a thorn in the side of whoever, if anybody, that walks too close to this water right now. He's taken out all the fishing. He's got like probably too many elite galleons. They're not elite, but galleons right now. They're good. They control. I mean, you get basically control this if you can get enough of them. And these elephants are taking some hits as they walk very slowly. But you're also just kind of drawing attention to yourself. And yellow might decide to turn on pink here. Where's this guy pathing? Maybe he wants to take out the war galleon owner. Little fishing ship getting in on the action. On the north side, Bees fortifying up again. Some house walls. Now listen. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to do a little audit here. I hope he tests it out himself. No, well, that's a hill. So potential hole spot here. And I'm suspicious about this. Yeah. Definitely a hole here under the TC. Bees, you better test that out. Okay, no, there are ways through. Maybe he's just trying to cause some chaos. And I think the fight now might be over the middle. Squeaky G committing to controlling this crossing point. Sending some more villas forward. He's going to run into that castle, which is at half HP. It was hit somewhat by the Ram Ranch. Aloysian, I think you're too infamous for this. I don't know, a miraculous attack from two different teams at the same time. Unfortunately, not quite able to hold out. It happens. Wiggle the Wise as well in the chat. Good to see you here. Fun would not be the word I would use. Oh no. Hey, you guys had a valiant effort there. I'm looking forward to seeing more from you in the future, both of you, because that was an impressive hold for as long as it was. Surprising to get attacked in that fashion, especially with this like perfect crossing like arrow pointing straight at your base for green. Oh man, some ruthless players in this game. Premeditated. Oh, we got a little bit of something in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised. Now this is surprising though. Yellow going for some player on the opposite side of the map as him. Kind of ruthlessly now. Wait, We got orange troops in here too. Are these... I gotta... excuse the flashing. Okay, no, they're not in the same voice chat. I had to check. They didn't need to team up here to win this, so I don't think it was intended. Surprised red and yellow aren't trading across the entire top yet with all that space. Yeah, well, that's part of why we don't have seeded teams in this game. These players play Age 2 a lot less than some of our Age 4 players play their respective entry into the series. So even the best may not know the most overpowered strategies, you know. But yeah, that trade would be incredible if they were to do that. Or even green and orange to the far corner if they can lock down control there. Oh my, that's a lot of hussars. Okay, my prediction right now is, I mean, there are Goths in the game. Orange has Goths, so it could go whatever way. But it's got to be like a 68% mustard and ketchup team leaning at this point, in my opinion. Red gonna run into the most fortified area on the map right now, and that's gonna slow him down quite a bit if he decides to attack there. How many is that? That's 40 Magyar Hussars, 13 scouts. That's his entire army right now. They're probably looking... Well, no. I don't know. Squeaky might be able to still claim some of those resources. He's still sending villagers across. Worker count right now, 125 for Nut. His teammate, 128, Tom Bombadil. Squeaky G, 105. Bees get degrees, 134. Wolf of the North, 77. She the Distance actually is eliminated now. I think she decided to throw in the towel as she got a little bit dogpiled on here as well. Did it look as coordinated as it felt? It definitely did look a little bit coordinated. I don't think they were talking to each other or anything like that. I think they both just said, we're going to take out Aloysian as soon as we can. Or both teams, I should say. You know, the teammates of the respective teams were definitely coordinated very well with each other in that, to that end. Wolf of the North now, a bit of a lone, free agent, I guess you might say. You know, hey, he could sell his services to the highest bidder. He could hold out until everybody else but one is dead and pull it back for his ally, She the Distance. I'm just saying anything's possible, but not everything is likely. Green and orange in the back, yellow hit the front. Yeah, that was painful to watch from your perspective. I was simply astounded by the veracity. No, the vigor. That's the one. I was astounded by the vigor with which Squeaky G attacked Aloysian. That's the thesis sentence to my essay. How much are wonders in this game? That's kind of why they're more of a everybody turns them off in every game situation than they are in Age 4. Because they're only 1,000 of each resource. So several players could build a wonder right now. In fact, I think every player could. No, Bees couldn't. He's dropped too many castles. Actually, there are a few lacking on stone. So Wolf of the North could build a wonder, but, you know. He's got other things to be concerned about. As was this? Did he come through? No, Nut looped all the way around the top. This game is all about knocking out the entire teams one after the next. It seems. I think Wolf of the North does not have too long for this world. He spent a lot on war galleys or just galleons, but. As we see, Green's killing a little bit of a red unit there. Things are not all sunshine and roses between these two teams that are remaining. It's very interesting to see how that one pans out. I have a strongly fortified house wall and palisade wall from Bees with several holes in it. It's like a Swiss cheese wall, but it might be enough to confuse the elephants. for a little while anyway. And I think these Magyar Hussars, they may not be enough to take down a whole castle. Well, he's going to try it. And they are fairly uncontested right now. Wolf of the North has the resources, but I don't think he has the time to spend them. As we now have Squeaky G also pushing in with Rams on the same player. Okay, I'm a little bit suspicious, like chat was saying. Maybe it's just natural what the next target is for these guys. Take out the strongest to eliminate the threat. Take out the maybe what appears to be the weakest to gain the map and get rid of that, you know, potential backstab, and then fight between the two middle players, the two middle teams. And of course, these ratings strongest, weakest, middle. Just what I would gather to be the perception of somebody who's in the action right now. We're gonna have to have a little bit of a talk with these guys after. But also, by the way, hey, you know what? I'm trying to talk about some, you know, potential collusion, as if that's a dirty word, but it's been clear, you know, maybe not in the interest of the perceived best players per se. It's been clear collusion and diplomacy, diplomacy, totally allowed. Absolutely. Feel free to chat, make deals, say till the end, friends till the end, whatever. Wolf of the North, never one to go out. Never one to go out of a team game without trying his absolute hardest. Gonna be sitting in the middle, and I think he might be the third player left in the game if he has enough patience here. I don't know if anybody's gonna think to dock that and kill him. All is fair in war. It's true. But it may feel very, very sad at times to those who lose out. But we carry on, we move on, and we have a Cold War here as the, I think they're just trying to knock out Wolf of the North before turning on each other at this point. Again, I don't know if these players have colluded. It definitely seems like it, but we'll just have to leave it at that. And the armaments are building up in the northeast. What's the view? Squeaky G also really moving in to Aloysian's base. I love this. The red and yellow team knows that they're there, but I don't know if they really want to deny it right now. We were teammates. Arduous said to attack you? Who said that? Did he say that? Oh no. We got some salt. It's never a it's never a complete 2v2v2v2 without just a little pinch of salt. Oh, okay. It's just a simple misunderstanding. And sorry, VOD watchers, the chat is popping off right now. What's the res? It's getting to that point in the game where resource bank might be the difference maker here, and it's actually looking very even for the remaining teams. Like, B's a little low on, actually very low on food comparatively, but everything else, they're basically the same. Squeaky G, Nut, Tom Bombadil, they have like the same amount of resources. The Wonder Kids have caused a lot of salt in the first game, that is true. Oh man. You did get a lot of salt in both games, Wiggle. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully our future plans can allow you to really show the best. Really showcase your skills. I'll talk more about that probably next week. I've got I came up with something pretty exciting, I think. Something a little less shotgun event. Do it in one season, Do it in 1 month and get it over with. Blast all that content. Something a little more casual, maybe. But we've got Wolf of the North still hanging on, and I think his refusal to call the forfeit is delaying the nuclear holocaust of the Northeast. Let's trade, man. Are they now trade? They're still trading a little bit further. They moved a little bit further. What is it now? Give me that cart. 67. So that's 67 compared with 46. All right. Red and yellow now have the more efficient trade. Do we have a trade cart count? Can I double click on one of these from this distance? 35. Give me a red one. Oh, give it. Hey. Hey. Hey, 22. 34. And 20. Okay. So pretty much even. A little bit less for Squeaky G and Bees Get Degrees. They might need to look at that. Also, their trade is about to be threatened. We've got some troops moving out. Is that a worker? What is this guy? He's got a death wish over here. Bees, you gotta keep an eye on your dudes. Check up on them once in a while. And these they're just going to town on the houses. They don't know what's going on. One final castle for Wolf of the North, and he's just keeping calm and carrying on. I wouldn't be surprised to see him try a landing once the heat gets off his back. Squeaky G moving in to these defeated players' bases, really thinking about the long game. And we also have a little green monk moving out for some relics. Might get taken out, though. There's still some heat over here. Still some yellow also moving in. Dropping, oh, yellow just straight up dropping a monastery over here. I think Squeaky might be able to snipe one of these relics. It actually depends now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Run, monks. Run! Oh! Well, it depends on what Wolf of the North wants to do. I forgot he's still in the game. These aren't just AI controlled at this point. He's letting Squeaky G go with the relics. All right. So those relics, all three of them go over to green. I think he decided the priority is actually keeping his castle alive, but that's a moot point as the castle goes down. He will be able to clean up the trebs. But that'll just free up B's pop cap space for more units in a much more important position. Now, this is probably quite easily raidable by the Hussars. I would be concerned if I were B's. This wall, like I mentioned, a bit of a Swiss cheese wall. I guess at this point, when you have 30k food, you don't really have to be that concerned. And it might come down to resource bank. These teams are both looking very close, actually. 22,000 to 20,000. And it's a bit of a land grab between green and yellow now. Yellow dropping some forward stables. Somewhat forward stables there. Green with a few more rams. Just chilling out around the place. Defensive castle for green. And is he gathering res right now? Yellow moving out to the trees over there. This map is about to be picked clean, by the way. There's one patch of trees in this base. They've cleaned up. There's still a few trees on the left. It looks like green might have a little more. Green and yellow. Green and orange. Be able to take care of some of those, but we can see who's left in the game by which areas still have trees. Wolf of the North? Okay, somebody tried docking. He's going to take out those docks. He needs to be careful not to lose these galleys because they're all he's got. Because we have one palace. One halberdier attacking the monastery that stole his relics. Okay. Gotta love that tenacity. Bees with the insane amount of spearman production. Okay. That was so fast. He's definitely researched perfusion or anarchy, whichever one it is. And we see now why he's producing so many spears. Spearmen are going to be pretty good pick here, but Tom Bombadil, foreseeing that, is making archers or crossbows as well as these elephants. Not a coordinated push by any means, though, as we basically have a 1v1 here. Squeaky G moving in with a few conics as well. The trade is threatened, and Nut not going for any aggression. Squeaky moving in on the other side. He's taking out a yellow castle. So much is happening in this game right now. The conics fighting up against paladins. It's paladins, yep. And okay, we also have just paladin production down here on the south. The green proxy base. That's how you play these games, man. I love it. And it looks like Bees is going to be able to push this back with Goth Spears, Halbs, Gothic Halberdier producing so quickly. And Champions now coming out as well. He does like himself some Trebs too, so we may see a push from Orange, as I think Yellow is only able to produce War Elephants out of these castles. So if they go down, he's going to have to rely on crossbows or cavalry. I think he might be able to make them out of the stable. I may be relating my ignorance right now. 30 War Elephants are in the queue, by the way, for Tom Bombadil, who is kind of more focused on the west side. North, never eat soggy waffles. West side. Green with the map control. He's thinking about the macro a little bit more. But can he handle the fights too? Takes down a villager there, and Ketchup and Mustard are under pressure from both sides. We're going to see some pressure with Yellow. What's Red doing right now? Okay. Heavy Cav Archers. Cav Archers, you know, Mangudai Cav Archers, they'll do great in a big team game like this. And he's going to be able to run those through and just clean things up. I like what I see from Nut. It's much more of a single focus, big army to push through some things. As we have this central base from Green also being cleaned up, and this is just a meat grinder right now. Okay, he switched to Huskarls because of so many crossbowmen being on the field, and we also have Trebs from Bees Get Degrees. One castle goes down. Less of a meat grinder if you can get, 7 trebuchets and more on the way, I presume. Yep, he's okay. We're about to have like 11 Trebs for Bees Get Degrees, and that's going to clean up if he can keep the front line going. On the other side, Squeaky G having a little bit more trouble. Seems like Tom Bombadil and Nut both kind of refocusing to where they're having the most success on the left side, and these Cav Archers are going to do very well into the Halberdier, as long as they don't get too close. So looks like the base has been cut off for Squeaky. He's used this little land bridge to its greatest effect, and now this is what he's working with on the left side. It's kind of the whole military center of focus for Squeaky G, but I think as long as he holds here, Bees might be able to Goth push his way to make an impact on the left side. If they kill this trade, what's he targeting with this? It's a little bit of a Treb fight. This Treb is targeting the trade. Nope. It's auto-targeted the lumber camp. So we're not quite there yet, but that could be a tipping point. I say, as Tom Bombadil has 9,000 gold, Nut has 13,000 gold. So we're not going anywhere for a little while yet. I don't think that Age 4 game is going to happen tonight, but we'll see if it happens this week. And there's that perfusion. It's just going. Man, you really need... There's some certain special units you can use against the Goths. Maybe just raiding their economy. Actually, that seems to be... Where are these villagers? I think all of these villagers were killed. No, no, they're not in there. That's all... Okay. I think he's using that to provide arrow fire. He's lost some vills. He may have even deleted them. He's at 209 pop. The Goths, by the way, get a bonus population cap. I think in Imperial Age, they can make 210 units. So we'll see. It looks like yellow and red own the Isthmus now. That's a lot of paladins. And Squeaky G, he's working on them. He's got a lot. Oh, he has 151 halberdier in the queue, ladies and gentlemen. And he's building more. Okay, he's building stables. Yeah, it's not a huge difference. It's a bit of a drop in the bucket, right? But when those 10 units are Huskarls, oh boy. Okay, the trade is being raided by Bees Get Degrees. He's kind of... Okay, and the... Oh no. Oh, the Trebs. The expense. We're down to 8 trebuchets and falling 5. As the Huskarls are still in. 1 trebuchet in the front line survives. There's a rear TC. Tom Bombadil thinking about the future. He sees that this is kind of a losing fight right now against the Goths. He's going to have to rebalance, refocus. And the left side is a bit of a lull. Both players on either side working on reinforcing. He needs to produce 151 more halberdier. Oh, pop capped. We're pop capped. 119 army for Squeaky G. Where is it? Because this ain't it. I'm zooming all the way out. Sorry, TV viewers. Double clicked on the halbs. There's some just sitting over here. Some in the wood line over here. And there are some chilling on the right. Squeaky G might need to do a little audit of his empire and locate those slacking troops if he really wants to make a difference on the left side. I think that might be what he's doing. Or maybe he's just going to move in with what he's got. 31 halbs. And some knights. Or some monks. Now, monks, if you didn't know, a lot of people in this scene, in this specific smaller scene, don't realize monks, big, highly considered as a counter to the knight line, just because they can cause such a huge resource swing if they get the conversion. These paladins are very expensive to make, and if you got a front line or a wall for the monk to hide behind, he can get quite a lot of range and convert the knight before it can even reach him, depending on a little bit of RNG of the conversion speed. Now, B's kind of just running his units to death here. He's got a few. It's just the orange is blending into the ground, and the Cav archers are doing very badly, as you would expect against the Huskarls. They're chipping them down, and there's not a mass of Huskarls. Okay, B's patrolling to get a little bit of a bigger group up here. Trebs attacking the trade. No, they're attacking the archery range, which is producing crossbows. And this is a real... I mean, this last 2v2 on this map is really... It's spicy, as it looks like Squeaky G lost the fight. Well, it's hard to say. It looks like it was a fairly poor trade for Tom Bombadil, as there are no Cav archers on the left side anymore. Magyar Hussars are moving out to the right. I think these troops might even try to punch into the economy for green. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Nut's goal now. And a few more Conics going to fight with the remaining paladins on the left. I think red and yellow have decided they need something big to make a dent here. And I think this might do it. We're going to kill some stone miners in the middle. Just a little bit of a crime of opportunity. And Squeaky G's real nemesis right now, I think, is going to be the pop cap, as he just has too many units scattered throughout the map right now. And B's kind of... Oh, he's found some troops on the right. Going to send them in against the champions, the paladins, pardon me. This is a lot of spears. This could make the difference. There are not too many cavalry archers left. But there are, oh, there's a lot of crossbows, actually. Okay, this fight is looking pretty even. Depends on how many Huskarls are at play. Squeaky G just going to try to right-click on to the paladins and get killed without really making a difference. That's kind of one of the situations where you need an attack move command. And here are 39 of your finest Magyar Hussars now in the economy for Squeaky G. He's running a little lower on the bank than some of these players, dipping below 10k on the wood and the food. Nut at 51k food at this point, I think, might be the difference maker in who wins and loses this game with 25k wood. The resource bank is looking very favorable for red and yellow if they can use it effectively, as this front has just not moved at all this game. B is building up a critical mass of Huskarls. I think he'll be able to push this back again, depending on how much Nut micros, but they're going for the trade, as you have to in this kind of a situation. There are 2 Krepos firing down upon them, but there's too many Hussars here. Too many. Squeaky G kind of losing it a little bit here. Needs the this is some orange villager choppers. He's moving out with some villagers too, and dropping a town center in the back of Aloysian's base, RIP. As Squeaky G also has moved into, we saw him drop the stables earlier. He's moved into Hussars of his own, despite having 10k gold. Maybe wants to save that for a future endeavor. I think the Halberdier we're doing pretty well for him, but I guess the Burgundian or the Bulgarians are more of a cav civ, so maybe they've got some crucial upgrades that will do them well there. And Nut has now cleaned up the market, which is about to be rebuilt by Green. He's moving to the front line, to the rear. Oh no, not the farms. The farms! 24 Magyar Hussars. Nope, they're walking past. There's too much army chasing them. The bell gets rung. The fight has stopped on the left as the Huskarls have made it to, if not the starting town center, then very close by to it. Town bells ringing across the land right now. Squeaky G trying to move up with this army. Finds a wall. He's cleaning up. We got some rams on the left. This is looking more and more favorable for Squeaky and Bees, but the resource banked has got me worried for them. Nut really getting those stockpiles going right now. And these Magyar Hussars are just doing work too. A lot of spearmen, a lot of halberdiers, a lot of halbs for orange, but are they streaming in effectively? Or are they just kind of walking to their gather point and getting killed? Is the question. We also have an onager. Gonna be oh my. Nut notices. He notices. Good save there. And I just think that for once there's not enough goth production, if you can believe that, to really push in on the left. One ram's gonna go through this wall for Squeaky G on Nut, and I think he's gonna try to take out that. Yeah, here come the rams from the south. He brought them up from over here. I think Squeaky G resetting. Okay, he's moved in to Wolf of the North's former base. I can't say RIP there because Wolf of the North is still in the game. In fact, Wolf of the North is making a play for the land. Nut or Tom Bombadil won't expect this. And we also even have cannon galleons. Elite cannon galleons for our gray player. He's not out of this game yet. He's got a dock on the left. He knows he's not the priority. And Squeaky G going for a murder holes attack on Red's castle here and trying to kill the trade because he knows their trade has already been harassed. I think this is a fight that Green can win against these Magyar Hussars, as these players' priority is just split so hard on both sides. The castle fire is doing so much work though, and Squeaky pulling back with the rams. I think now's the time you commit the rams. They may be having pathing issues. The trade is getting slaughtered on the left. That is not going to last very long. These houses are providing a real, I mean, this battlefield is just a nightmare. It's just so ugly and hard to see anything. Please kill these houses as soon as you can. And this castle's not long for the world, but how many units has it killed? The answer is 21. 22, and growing. Horse archers are the right call here against Green. We'll see how many come up for Red. They need to protect this trade. They may have to go back to the old trade posts. This is kind of a sequestered little enclave, little extension. And this is just never ending over here. The house, these houses are still here. Yellow hasn't completed that wall. I don't think he wants to at this point. Bombards are now out, pivoting into bombard cannons for Tom Bombadil. We have paladins, bombard cannons, crossbows. These are all very expensive units. The Goths famously get a production duration reduction, if you can. What a phrase. For their infantry, and also they get cheaper infantry. So it may balance out with the stockpiles in the end. Tom Bombadil, wait a minute, has dropped 5,000 wood, 7,000 food. Squeaky G, though, is only at 2k of each. He's going to have to start eating into that gold stockpile, which is actually the highest gold stockpile in the game, as he is making 0 gold units at this time. The trade has gone down. The market has gone down. Red sending in the cav archers on the left. It's going to be able to clean up green, but at what cost? These gates... Looks like Squeaky not going to be able to sneak anything in there, as he is built a trebuchet. Squeaky G, delete that trebuchet right now. That's not you. We've got a... Okay, the castle died here for bees at some point, and... Wait, they're pushing in. Tom Bombadil has opened all the faucets, and he's pushing in on bees' economy right now. There's not much of an answer to this. We've got bombard cannons, 6 bombard cannons. That's 18 rams right there. I believe 7 was the threshold for a ram ranch. So let's do the math. You're going to need 3 more rams if you want a triple slam. You're going to need to do a little ram ranch emote or something at some point. This is looking dire. Orange has somehow run out of gas over here. He's low on food and has very few farms working now. Squeaky, with the map control, probably should produce some more villagers. Actually, none of these players is over 100 vills right now. Not with 135 army. Really coming into his own in this late game, as Squeaky's entire army is basically siege rams. That's not true. We've got 62 helbs and more on the way. I think Squeaky needs to maybe send it. Oh no, he has 244 food. We're reaching the end game here, I think, folks. Not with 53k food, and it's not falling at all. I think he might be able to carry his. Well, okay, no, that's a nice sounding phrase. Carry his team to victory. But that's absolutely not what has happened here. Okay, Tom Bombadil, been the front line of this side for so long, is able to hold off the Goths. That's the Horde. I think both these players have played their part in their team very effectively. And, I mean, Squeaky is not going to go down without a fight here, but the conversation has shifted to where we're talking about if he's going down, and that alone should be a sign. We have some monks here as well for Squeaky G, I believe. And that 10k gold is sitting in the bank. He's able to hold the map control. He's got units across. Well, okay, these were all apparently raided at some point. A lot of idols, and B's base is basically gone now. B's is making crossbows of all things, and he has 600 gold. This game is looking like it's in its twilight stages. Wolf of the North rebooming in the south. As Beast is not relocated at all, I think he maybe could. These stockpiles are just insane though. 19k wood for nuts still. This breakthrough was temporary. The trade has resumed with a little bit less efficiency for the ketchup and mustard team. Well played by these players, by all of them, but particularly Tom Bombadil, and not understanding the nature of the gigantic 2v2v2v2. Squeaky G though, big armies. What is this? This is. Give me one. Hussars. Oh, it's just okay. Probably not going to be able to do too much damage in a heads-up fight. But the halbs were not making too much progress either. B's pinging the right side. But I think Squeaky knows it's time to do or die. The crossbows, the paladins, the elephants. Here comes Squeaky G with the with his half of the army on the right side. He's gonna move in at both times. Definitely lose this fight. That's a dense army, but it is mostly scout cav, mostly hussars, and he's just getting. It's like a stadium of horse archers right now. Nut with 115 military units, 28 heavy cavalry archers. Squeaky G might be able to hold off the eastern side for now. The stockpile is just growing. It's continuing to grow. These are a lot of numbers. They're too much to parse. At a time like this, kill-death ratio. That's a good check. We're looking at, I don't know what value percent gold is, chat. If anybody knows, do tell. But Tom Bombadil, nut. Tom Bombadil actually 18k kills, or 1800 kills. 18k. That would be a very long game. Wolf of the North, 214 to 277. Bees definitely has just been feeding units into the meat grinder here. As Squeaky comes in kind of clutch, cleans up the east side of the map for now. Red and yellow have refocused their efforts. They're going to clean up the west first. They're going to clean up the left first. Wolf of the North, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but you might want to get out of there. There's some big players heading in your direction. And how many rams do we have now? I guess I didn't have to zoom all the way out and double click. I could have just looked at the top. 0. And those are dark days. The water is fished out. Surprised in some degree to see no fish traps for Wolf of the North. As Bees is now building docks, he's gonna get. Oh boy. And the former lines of combat have been reestablished, but not for long. Squeaky, concerned with preserving as much as he can on the left side here. His proxy base is under pressure, and I think it will go down. Not with this TC in the corner. Another town center for Tom Bombadil. He's lost a few on the left side. This is maybe just a wood town center at this point in the game. That's the resource most in demand. Blues TC is still down there. He's still, you know, this villager's still representing. And I'm wondering at this point now if Bees Get Degrees just wants to make a statement and take out Wolf of the North from the water. Possibly also he just wants to do the same thing Wolf of the North is doing and hide in the water or go across and attack his enemies when they least expect it with a dock. Squeaky G and now holding on both sides. Seems like Tom Bombadil not quite sure which side they want to attack. Oh, it's the left. Is this a reverse ranch? Not quite. It's going to be though. Oh, is it going to be? These cav archers are not microed. They're running now, but they're going to take some losses to the halbs. It's just so much work to handle all those archers. There's that reverse ram ranch. But here come the hussars to clean up the rams. Squeaky G, no stranger to how Ram Ranch operates. He's going to be able to nullify the effects. And this fight, Squeaky carries on. What are the resources looking like now? Not with 56k food. He's just had uninterrupted farming in the back for so long. These Magyars, if I'm not mistaken, do get some food eco bonuses as well. And the Paladins are on the right. And it just appears to be a matter of pride now on when the surrender comes. That said, though, Orange is rebooming inside of She the Distance's old base, RIP. Could maybe even choose to re-wall. It's a little late in the game to focus on walls, though. I always find that I just don't feel like it at this point. My eyes are burning. My APM has dropped. Just tired, but dare I say Squeaky even finds Okay, he knows this TC is here. If the attention moves back here, he might even try to take it out. The reverse. And the farms are coming back online for these players. It kind of depends on how... Okay. Bees has abandoned the dock idea here. He's instead trying to house Wolf of the North. Doesn't know about this situation. Wolf with the secret base in the back. He's still holding on. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And what's the relic count here? Do we get a relic stat? TC Castle trade. Oh, hey, there's a trade stat. Ooh, that does not look good for one team in particular. Actually, Tom Bombadil lost quite a few trade cards there, but they are still operating. Relics. 3 for Tom Bombadil, 2 for Squeaky G, 1 for Nut. 1 for Wolf of the North still, if you can believe it. And what's the worker count looking like right now? 91 for Nut, 39 for Squeaky G, 78 for Tom Bombadil. It's continued producing. 71 for Wolf of the North, 40, or 17. 17 for Wolf of the North, not 71. 48 for Bees. Okay. So definitely looking right now like the game is swinging in favor of orange, of yellow and red. Combined, they do make orange, though. That's correct, brain. But maybe not in-game. But I kind of, at this point, all hinges on how quickly they can close it out, right? Because if the map is pretty big, I don't think Courier's going to be around Aloysian. Oh, that's what threw you off. I mean, we could check again if, I don't know if anybody wants to in chat. Message him and see. But this game has been going on for long enough. I don't know if he's going to be around still. It's been about an hour and 20 IRL, right? Oh, stream's going for 2 hours now, so maybe if it ends right now. But I don't know about that. YouTube viewers were talking about the final Age 4 King of the Losers game set that still needs to be played. Here's a little something that T90 has been doing lately. Hey YouTube watchers, if you made it this far into the video, make sure to leave a comment down below so that I can find out if you were watching this long. Love to hear it. Anyways, corner TC for Tom Bombadil. Maybe he didn't have enough stone for a keep, so instead he TC dropped the old trade line. I've left a comment once or twice on those videos when he says that. But Squeaky G just is unrelenting and has found another hole. What do we say, chat? What do we say? I'll leave you to it. This army is gonna fall though. To the combined might of the ketchup and the mustard team. But I mean, this distraction, they're unable to completely finish this game out, and I don't think Bees and Squeaky are going to forfeit that easily. Bees actually house walling, like it's 10 minutes into the game. Okay, chat, what we say is, there's always a hole. That's what we say. But the trade continues. Would love to see... Oh! And as I say it, there it is. Trade carts with 9 gold. Oof. Would love to see trade for green and orange if they truly want to see this out. This is why wonders were made. Yeah, I got to agree with you on that. At this point. What's all this? Wait, what? Are those... Does Magyar Hussar corpses? Has Wolf of the North been cannoning? Oh my... This guy is relentless! He's got a dock on the far side now. Incredible. Another castle drop for Nut. We're 2 hours and 24 minutes in, but this game not quite over yet. No chat either. I think I have chat on. Like I would be. I guess the chat in this game is fairly unintuitive to use, right? You have to like go into the menu on the top right, and you got to select who you want to send it to and stuff. As we saw Squeaky earlier talking about lag, but only saying it to one player because he didn't realize that it only sends to your ally unless you select it to send to everyone. Or I think if you put star before it in H2, it will send to the whole game. Not too sure. I don't even know. You've seen some chat. Okay. There's a lot of lumber camps under attack, etc. How far up can I scroll? I guess I could, well, okay. I mean, this is the easy way to tell, right? Oh, look at that! We've had some very recent chat just scrolling through. Unfortunately, again, he's only saying it to his dead ally, Wolf of the North. Not today. Where do you need me, Squeaky? I'm helping you. Why? Oh, it's so sad. Wolf, Wolf. You need to send it to the whole game. Oh, no. He's making an effort. That's what counts. All right, we're going to leave it on chat only. And on market. Wait, this is... Well, we don't need to have it on market events. We already know that. Okay, chat and tribute. As we have seen now, some tribute going through. Is that gonna work? I don't know. Tell me how to help you, Squeaky. He's trying to pledge his fealty, but his lord does not even see his message. The tragedy. 2,500 wood from Nut to Tom Bombadil there. I clearly don't understand the chat thing. I think it's working as intended. And now they're Squeaky G kind of pivoting into Man-at-Arms line. Two-handed swordsman coming out. But it's not going to work too well against this Cavalry Archer Magyar Hussar comp that has worked so well for Nut throughout this entire game. More Rams now are on the way. We had a very, very long lull, I feel like, there for quite some time. But these players are now, seems like, maybe going to end up finishing it. And I don't know. They're definitely moving in a lot more at this point. Squeaky, though, still. Okay, he has built another lumber camp, rebalancing the eco a little bit. And bees moving into goth heavy scorpions. Okay. I think they don't get siege engineering. Something like Gothic Siege famous, not famous for being good. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and Scorpions, you know, could make a dent. As now we have Conics up against fully upgraded Paladins, +4/+4. And there's just wasteland here where B's base used to be. Tom Bombadil moving in with more forward production with archers, archery ranges. And really, this is where we need a wonder or just somebody's spirits to break. As Wolf of the North continues. Is he rebooming at all? Like, what's he doing? I feel like he could have got up to 100, 200 workers by now if he wanted to. He's just he's not focused on all that. He doesn't want to make himself a threat. He's more interested in just coming out of the blue and cannon galleons on all of Yellow's production. Looks like he got cleaned up on the left side though. Those spearmen that were over here. Magyar Hussars and Horse Archers still doing their work on the left. I think Cav would be the answer here, but you gotta have the Halbs, right? For all these yellow knights, paladins. But I think a good enough mass of Scout Cav here would probably do the trick for Squeaky G and Bees, at least to clean up this wave. But again, 57k food in the bank for Nut. So, you know, I don't think there's really much question about which direction this game is going to go. The only question being whether it lasts for another 3 hours. I'm not mad. Don't read anything into that. I'm making jokes. And this might be the tipping point, as Squeaky's last TC in the game has gone down to a little bit of a light cav raid. Well, not light cav, but there's only a few guys in here. Western Courier jumping in. You know, you guys could play that game right now if you're still free and available. We could set it up. It doesn't have to be live. As Squeaky and Bees just have Resolve of Steel. This trade cart's getting 9 gold apiece. Continuing to just pump that gold. Alright, gotta get going. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, chat, for sticking with me or dipping back in once in a while to check how this is going. As David points out, yeah, 3-hour game, rip. A Western Courier may be able to do it tomorrow if there are... There's a chance there. I mean, we're at 2:36 in-game time. I think it's been about an hour 40. That's my guess. And at this point, also, either Tom Bombadil and Nut have, like, I don't know. They just have too much. They have too much honor to build a wonder. So they'd rather just play the game until they kill every last unit or break their enemy's spirits. Or Wonder Victory was in fact voted off in the lobby. That is something that the players have been just kind of going rogue and doing against my they've been voting on, I think. I'm not too sure about how that works. But red and yellow are now pushing south with a lot of rams, with a lot of units. Wolf of the North, they better be careful not to get too close to the sea here. As Wolf of the North has pledged, unbeknownst to anyone else in the game, has pledged his fealty to Squeaky G. Wonders are a cop-out. Yeah, I mean, there we go. See, we got the... There's the dichotomy. It can be a cheap way to win, but it could also prevent 4-hour games. So, I mean, I'm here. I'm enjoying this. I think I'm having a good time. But it is kind of just a slow decline at this point. So, we'll have to see. As I believe we have lost another player. Bees Get Degrees is out of the game. He called it there. And quickly following, Squeaky G also has surrendered. All that's left now is Wolf of the North. And will he cause a delay? I kind of hope that he does. But at the same time, you know. Wolf of the North has walled off here. These players now, I mean, they could just surrender and give Wolf of the North and She the Distance to victory. He says, "Come get me." I'm going to message this guy because it's so sad. I need to tell him. I'll do it on Steam so that he sees it, so it pops up in the game. There, message sent. Hopefully that works. I don't know if he's on Game Pass, maybe you won't see it. Did we have anything else pop up while I was looking away? Come get me. Looks like they've... I mean, you got to assume, like, 10k gold now. And Wolf of the North here with 27 villagers. I think they're going to have research spies, right? Wolf of the North can pull this one out. Oh, man. Give me some, what is it? T90 woo woo? I think it's a better TTV. There we go. The Wolf of the North. Oh, sorry we can't have chat on the screen for this game, but I don't have a custom capture age UI like some pro casters. Apparently get preferential treatment as they should. And it would just be too much clogging up the space in my opinion. So no chat for these team games. But they found it. They see the castle. They see the ballista elephants. They see the one relic that Wolf of the North has been trickling in all game. How much resource does this guy have? 4,000 food. No shame there. Some fast fire ships up here too. Wolf of the North researching every tech available, I think, for these for these water units. And will he be able to kill all of the cav archers before they kill the dock? This is a very inefficient fight from both sides. It's gonna be close. Actually, it's not. It looks like the cav archers will take everything out if the fire ships are here. They might be able to clean up on the shore and save the dock, but it is gonna go down as the final holdout is about to get fully spammed. What an incredible choke point. These ballista elephants are at the right place at the right time. I'm getting the hype on today. It's great. Dadgum. And the trebuchets are scaring off the rams. Steam chat messages show up even if you're not in a Steam game, I believe. We'll see. He's busy, our Wolf of the North. He's got a lot to take care of here. The dock went down. Looks like he lost ship here as well. And I think Tom Bombadil and Nut have about had enough of this. They bringing in the 6 bombard cannons. They're dropping castles. And I believe this is, if we look at Wolf of the North's point of view, he's building. Who is this? Tom Bombadil is dropping 8 docks, which he can't see. There's just capture age on the map. Just doing that. This is the final holdout for Wolf of the North. He has his ships, which I believe may also have to die before he gets fully eliminated from the game. But I have faith he will surrender. Actually, I don't. I have no idea. This is hilarious. I love it. We'll see if he surrenders after this corner base gets killed. Look at how much of the map has been scouted for this guy. He wasn't even able to get all the way into the map. As the music fails and indicates that the surrender was indeed had. Nut and Tom Bombadil taking the 2v2v2v2 crown, fighting their way up to the final game, and just having an absolute crazy final against the Gothic Rush. Wolf of the North. Second place
for my team, baby!
Wolf of the North and She the Distance claiming once again second place. Incredible stuff. Oh man.
I don't want to see Persians again for as long as I live.
Those Dude, Persian paladins.
F those war elephants, man.
Oh, the war elephant. Hey, you had some pretty cracked ballista elephant plays right at the end there.
Yeah, I know. I had that good choke point. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
No, it was not enough. No.
Oh Lord.
I'll let you guys know right now. Nut had 135,000 food collected.
Oh my
gosh.
What?
And he had like he had 50k food in the bank at the end of the game, I believe. So.
Gotta afford those Caesars, you know.
How is that fair, man? I don't want to see the dude. I don't want to see the Persians again for as long as I live.
I think chat wants to know, and I'm kind of curious as well. I don't know how much of this you guys are willing to reveal, but what extent of collusion was there between you guys taking out Aloysian at the beginning of the game like that?
You know, no collusion. There was no collusion. It was a perfect conversation, and there was no collusion. Okay.
I definitely beeline for Austin across the map at the very start.
Yeah, somehow 4 people did. What happened there? No.
I was not involved in any of that. I just found you and thought, oh, let's send some men at arms over there.
Admittedly, it's threat assessment.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely.
Yeah.
If there was behind the scenes talking to, that's totally allowed. But yeah, some real interesting reads in that game. I love seeing your ping on Aloysian's base, Christo, and then like 3 minutes later, you guys are all attacking.
Oh my gosh, man.
What a game.
That was fun.
Yeah, I was expecting a 2v1, not quite a 4v1. That wasn't very nice.
That little isthmus across the middle really precipitated
that made
a lot of
really
action.
No kidding.
I didn't even
that was
scout that. I didn't make
nice.
it that far. I didn't know that was there. I don't know if that would have changed anything, but I didn't even get that far.
Oh man. Well,
I was about to push nut. I was like, all right, I got all the counters. I'm set. And then I was like, wait, that's green. That's orange. And then yellow. And I was like, uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
uh-oh. And plan for Cav.
Yeah, right?
As soon as
I'm
I saw
trying
it,
to archer rush. What do you mean?
I keep forgetting I need to make pikemen. I didn't have enough pikemen to deal with those freaking elite war elephants, man.
I mean, then after that, I mean, I guess the dynamic is, right, you kill the strongest perceived team in the game, you neutralize that, and then you go after the weakest so that you don't get any backstabs. Perceived. Because then you guys both teams turned on Wolf of the North and She the Distance after that. It was,
Yes, and then they left me, and then they left me alone, and I was able to be that guy.
You're able to be that guy.
Turns out in a 2v2v2v2, you gotta build walls.
I guess.
I think
The importance of them.
That was as soon as I saw Tom night rush the trade, I'm like, oh, I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, they're valuable for sure.
Oh man, what a game, what a series. Thank you guys for being here and playing.
It was fun.
Oh,
And,
that was good. Just
sitting
just
through 2 hours.
Units at each other for a solid 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, that was just an unmoving like square of death right there. Oh.
Nutty game.
Mega random, you've done it again.
That was a good map, though. I mean, I would have enjoyed a little bit more wood, but
Yeah.
I like how there was the little land bridge in the middle.
Tom,
It's been
Wow.
congratulations.
Yeah, hey.
Nicely
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well played,
Nicely
well played.
done.
Well played.
Good game, boys.
Yeah,
GG's,
good game,
man.
everyone.